Jess, and today I have a review of The Testing by Joelle Charbonneau. I was given this for review by Templar Publishing. The last book, Graduation Day, comes out as, I think it's already out, but I got this because I haven't read these, so I couldn't get Graduation Day for review. This is a book about a world in which after you graduate high school, you can be selected to go to the testing, which is a testing where you're tested whether or not you should get into university. And nobody really knows a lot about the testing, and it's really like in the dark, and they just know that it creates the leaders and of their nation and gives them appropriate leaders who can deal with the leadership. And Sia, the main protagonist of the story, obviously gets selected for the testing, and you can't back out of the testing. If you're selected, you have to go. And she finds out the dire consequences for failing the testing and tries to get through it with her boyfriend thing, Thomas, and the other people that come from her colony. I thought the world building in this was really interesting. I loved the way that it was foreshadowed, but I do feel like it was a bit obvious. But the fact that I loved that her father had these like disjointed memories, so you weren't really sure what you were going to find in the testing. You weren't really sure if what he was saying was actually like real or whether it was just his mind hallucinating things because he'd forgotten the testing and his mind wanted to remember it. But then you find out whether the things he said are true or not, and I really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. I've heard a lot of mixed things about this book. I've heard a lot of people saying it's too much like the Hunger Games and things happen in it. It happened exactly in the Hunger Games. And the only thing I think happened in the Hunger Games that I feel like had it was so much like this one is that at one point Sia comes across a dead girl, and she feels like she has to respect this dead girl's memory and buries her, which is kind of what like Katniss does with Rue in the Hunger Games, but it's not so much like it. Like, it didn't matter that was similar. I don't think, it doesn't matter to me, but that was the only thing that I really thought that had allusions to it. But then I think that's just showing their humanity. Just because the authors decided to do it in the same way doesn't mean it's copying. I have enjoyed the romance. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it, and I kind of liked where it ended, the romance. I kind of liked that. I liked the relationship formed, but I didn't feel like there was a lot of character development that you got. I feel like this is a very plot-driven story, and so I don't think you need any character development, but I didn't, like, when things would happen to the characters directly, I didn't care. I was more interested in the government and the stuff like that was really well built up than I was the characters. I wasn't interested in anything that happened relationship-wise with them, and I think that's the only reason I gave it 4 out of 5 stars instead of 5 out of 5 stars, because I do like a good mix between the world and the characters. I still like to I want to be able to care about the characters a little bit more than I did, but it didn't bother me because the plot was so good that I was kind of like, I don't mind if I'm not bothered by what happens to them. Like, there was so many times in this book when they would be near death and I wouldn't care. I'd just be like, they're not going to die, it's not the end of the book yet, and there's 2 more books in this series, so Sia is not going to die, it's obvious, and they're obviously going to pass the testing so that they can get on to university in the next book. So I was never scared that they were going to die or anything. I just like to figure out what happened, and I don't feel like any of the plot twists were too obvious, which a lot of people had faults with, but overall, I really enjoyed it, and I do feel like it's worth a read, and I am going to pick up the 2nd and 3rd books if I get a chance, because I really loved this book, and I do feel like while I didn't adore it, I wasn't like, oh my god, this book is so good. I was kind of like, I see its flaws, but I enjoyed it anyway. So that was my review of The Testing by Joelle Charbonneau, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!